Hello, people of the world. This is Bo TV, and today's episode is United States Capitol siege. I have questions. Okay, we're heading out right now to the hardware store. All right. So basically, I have a few questions. All right. Notice everybody being divided and conquered right now. So I took a couple days off after the holidays. I put a video or two up. And I just had to process what happened on January 6th in Washington, D.C. Oh, man. Anyhow, okay, so it's been a few days. I've had time to reflect on the situation and kind of ferret out what other people are saying. And I definitely think that it's obvious that I'm not going to make any statements. I'm just going to go ahead and speculate. But I think that siege was definitely staged. There's obviously video of the cops, the security letting them in. They were understaffed. They knew for over a month that day was coming up, and that there would be the gathering that happened that day with the Trump people. So that's one thing. Why weren't they ready? Why didn't they have dudes ready? Why didn't they have enough manpower on site? I just don't buy that idea that they weren't prepared for this. They were ill prepared for this, and I speculate that it was likely done on purpose. This falls right into the Democrats' court. Now, to be clear, I do not support the Republican Party. I don't support Trump, really. I don't support Biden. I really don't even believe that your vote matters. And this was long before Dominion. I was 14 when they stole the election or rigged it or did whatever they did, smooth trick, in 2000 in Florida. I was living there. I was 14 years old, and I looked into it. That's really kind of was what woke me up. So there's those things there. Where is my paper at? Let's see. Still got some questions here. Okay. A PSYOP. Major PSYOP going on. Everybody's going crazy on Twitter. Oh my goodness, how people are just like, the little Twitter fascists are showing their little underbellies. I mean, it's crazy how people just want to silence other people, and people are celebrating Donald Trump's silence, his banning from social media. That's insane. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't care. He's definitely New York mobster. I lived in New York for a few years. I know how that works. I know how the building community works there. The contractors, forget about it. It's all, and that's the way it is everywhere. It's all about who you know and who you're buddies with, and that's just the way things are. But back to the Twitter tyrants. This is insane. Oh my gosh! Everybody's so divided. Everybody's worried about a president, and the president doesn't even have any power, really. These international corporations, the Rothschilds, these money people, they really do. They own the politicians. Again, I'll say it in this episode again. The lobbyist dollar is worth more than the people's vote. Okay, that's just that's plain and simple to see. So here we are. There was I'm not saying this is certain, but I will say personally that it was a staged siege of the U.S. Capitol to taint all these liberty lovers. Most of them are confused, and like most people just want to believe in somebody like a cult figure almost, and that's the same way they do with Trump. God bless their heart. I mean, My sister likes Trump. I think my grandmother, who's from Puerto Rico, her English is so chopped up, but she knows enough English to get by, and she's had her own business here in New York City. So, but wow, yeah. So here we go. Was it a psyop? Yeah, I mean, we could speculate. Why were they allowed in the Capitol? Come on. Like, come on, really? Come on. This is the same thing as 9/11. Like, you knew they know about 9/11. There was chatter out there. The CIA, of course, knows about this. You know they're working with Mossad. You know they're working with the MI5 over there in the UK. Come on. Police opened the gates, okay? Yes, they opened the gates. All right? There's footage of Antifa being apparently bussed in. All right? We got... Hold on, I can't really see here. So yeah, so this Antifa was busted. I mean, and our federal FBI. Come on, what are you guys doing, man? If you listen to this, if one of you little Fed guys listen to this, what are you doing? What are you doing to our country? Man, what is going on? You guys don't do your job. How many people do you wind up to entrap? It's crazy. It's insane. And that's another episode I want to have. This is episode 6. That's another episode I want to create is FBI entrapment, FBI patsy studies. And we've been infiltrated. This government's been completely infiltrated. I don't know who to trust, what media to trust. Everybody's still like, there's still a plan. Mike Adams talking about like going to pull the military. You really think that's going to happen? Trump's going to endanger his family? Give me a break. Guy with cattle horns seen at other protests. All right, so I'll put footage of him that he was on Alex Jones yesterday, and he had some important things that he said and Jones belittled him. We don't need to go into Alex Jones. Anybody who's probably here listening to this is here because they probably used to listen to Alex Jones, and now they definitely maybe still listen to Alex Jones, but no, he's full of it. He is full of it, and he's become arrogant, just like Michael Savage. He blocked me on Twitter, actually, Savage, because I called him out for his relationship to the Rockstar energy beverage, and how he's supposed to be this health practitioner, but then his wife and son are the founders of Rockstar energy drink, and that stuff's made people collapse and die. It's full of sugar. I think there might be high fructose corn syrup in it. And they made it billion off of it or something crazy. And then I called him out on it, and he blocked me on Twitter. Like, what a weirdo. I didn't even say anything degrading. I just called him out. All right, back to the subject at hand. We're talking about U.S. Capitol siege. Okay? The Ley Lines. Okay? In D.C., in Britain. I want to print out some articles on those. It's been a while since I've read up on the Ley Lines. But if you look at my last video of the rap song I posted that I wrote a few years ago, I wrote, ley lines on a planet where they build a pentagon. We slay swines on the song. We raise dead minds with the song. So remain calm. So what I said is, ley lines on a planet where they build a pentagon. DC, that whole area, that's a ley line area. Apparently there were Indian tribes that used to do dancing and worship and all this stuff down in that area. Okay, and I'll research that further on a coming episode. All right, so that we got the ley line issue, and the guy with the cow horns, I guess he's Jake the whatever Jones was calling him, Q Shaman, mocking him. Not that I'm for Q at all. That's another episode as well. It's probably like a psyop, entrapment operation. But that guy was talking about shamanism and like Indian dancing and how they were he did a prayer inside the house and trying to disrupt the energy in there because this is some satanic takeover. Now, I do think there's elements of evil involved in this takeover, for sure. Definitely. Serious. The Freemasons are involved. I definitely think the papacy's involved. Just old power structures. 1,000-year-old power structure, 2,000-year-old. What the papacy? How old is that? What are you doing, girl? All right, so we got that. Black magic he was citing. So think about it. Real quick overview. What's the deal? What's happening now? What do we see happening out in the mainstream? Absolute demonization of people. Oh boy, Biden gets in, boy, they coming after us, man. They coming after, and I'm not even a Trumper, dude. They're just gonna come after anybody who's not in line. Fact. Some people trying to call for a hot war, man. I got a baby. I ain't trying to do nothing like that. I am not gonna make no friends with no federal agents, and then they can entrap me. No, sir. See you, federal government. You guys are tripping, man. You guys are selling us Americans out. What's going on, man? This is crazy. Anyways, you guys keep a straight head. Don't get too pissed off about this. Don't hate the liberals. We're all in this together. We got to remember the president isn't the issue here. Those large corporations, the people with a ton of freaking money, they're the issue here, man. United Nations is the issue, but the United Nations is a puppet of the people who fund that. The United Nations is just a formal front group. You know what I mean? Like, it's their brand. It's just it's their symbol. So what happened? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I definitely think staged coup, staged siege. There's all this different kind of video evidence online. It definitely isn't helping the cause of liberty. You know what I mean? Looks like old Trump's gonna sell out the Trumpers. I'm not gonna guess he's gonna use any military. But then we got the biblical prophecy involved too, and there's the third temple cult involved. Oh my God, there's just so much going on. And then, we got Israel that's involved in this. We got China. There's definitely high elements, Russian elements, like so any of these Serbian elements, anybody with money, okay, with a decent amount of money, has got some chips in this game. So just think about it. I think there might even be a power struggle. How do we know that China won't cut fucking Israel's throat? We're in this weird in limbo period where there's a new world order that's coming, but who's gonna run the new world order? Who's gonna own it? I think there's multiple people. It's up for grabs even. How about that? How about that? I think there's gonna be a lot of betrayal even up at the top. Because we know there's elements of there's Zionists that want to take over and run the world. You don't think there's Xi Jinping wants to run the world for himself? Take the Israelis out eventually? Come on, this is a crazy battle here. Maybe Jesus is coming. I don't know. I'm not saying that either. I don't particularly have any religion that I believe in. I do believe in God. I can't tell you what God is. I'm just a man here on this planet, hopefully for 85 years. You know what I mean? And what do I know? I'm just learning things that other people wrote and regurgitated from generations before. But we do know that we're facing something grand here. Holy cow, don't take a side, don't join groups, protect your family, don't associate. You can't even, one day you won't even be able to wave American flag because it'll have so much bad associations with it. It's crazy. Anyways, you guys, peace out. This is Bo TV, episode number 6, U.S. Capitol siege. I have questions. Peace out, y'all.